Welcome to our session 5 of our video complaints which we've actually put together. In this session, again, our CEO has kindly sat with me and discussed about the remuneration package that our BDMs and senior BDMs get. You could see on our session 4, we discussed about remuneration and benefits to our SMEs and SPs. In this one, he clearly mentions line by line how it works, where is the potential for you, how you need to sort of work yourself, and also the growth that he sort of looks at the business, and you guys out there, how he would like you to grow with him with the business. It's very interesting, very informative. Take time, watch it again and again if need be. Try to understand the whole package, try to understand what's in it for you. As I said in my interview, there is a pot of gold waiting for you. Come and share it. Thank you. My next question for Ash is how and the mechanics of the payments to our foot soldiers, our salespeople, our BDMs. I'm more interested in the BDM's remuneration and the relationship between us and BDM, simply because I'm a salesman through and through, and I understand the salesman's psyche. I know as a company, GMS has brought in this new strategy of bringing in the introducer accountant, but at the end of the day, without the BDM, nothing happens. Ash, can you please tell me how we're going to look after the BDM and what we're going to do for him from the beginning?
I believe one of our senior BDM now, George, he was a BDM before, I believe...
I was a BDM when I started.
And I believe one or two other speakers have spoken. They said how the others in the industry, same industry, let's talk about, you guys, our sales guys, you guys get approached by lots of other companies who wants their product to be introduced. First of all, I would like to say how our BDM will be looked after, but I'd like to talk about how the others are doing it. The others are doing it like George very eloquently expressed that he himself been a BDM, he's been a salesman, and he approached one or two places. He's also worked in America, and people, the companies have motives of use a salesperson for their closest, nearest and dearest people that they know. Use them to get the closest, the nearest and dearest people, and basically what they will do, a gas company or even a merchant service company, don't have to go far, let's talk about our own industry. Merchant service company, what they will say, whether it's through call center or whether it's through, whether it's directly to an SME or whether it's through a business development manager, what they will do, they will promise the other person the earth. What a typical scenario, what they will do, they'll call up a business, they'll call up a person, say, I'll make you a business development manager, I will give you a car and Vauxhall Astra maybe, or and at the same time I'll give you £50,000 salary. On the paper it sounds very nice, 50,000 salary and Astra, but they will say, but you'll have to stick to your induction period where you get nothing, and you'll have to demonstrate that this is your learning curve. Your induction period, you have to provide 15 clients. An induction period is for about 15 days or something, right? Okay, or 3 months.
Changing the goalpost.
Yeah,
always.
and what they will say is, we talk about this all the time, how immoral they are, how they like to, how can they live with earning money through valueless means, valueless not in terms of money value, value in terms of principle-less means. How they can live with earning that sort of money or achieving their target through principle-less kind of attitude. I can't just take that. I can't absorb it.
You get emotional.
Emotional, I mean, a person is desperately looking for a job. For example, he will be told, look, you're a good guy, you sound very good, we'll give you £50,000 salary and a fuel card and a car too, but you'll have to get 15 clients within the next 2 months and to prove. But try and get your nearest and dearest. They will tell you that try and go and get your nearest and dearest. This poor chap, he hasn't been working, he's under pressure from his wife, family and kids and all that, saying, look, get a job, we'd like to go on holiday. What this guy will do, he will go immediately to his uncles and cousins and all that and get as much as possible within 2 weeks, and then he'll realize that he hasn't got the, he can't get any more. As he can't get any more clients, the people who's promised him the car and everything, after 15 clients, they will turn around and say, sorry mate, you haven't kept your side of the bargain. As a result, we can't take you on. Let's shake on it and we go our own ways. The guy who just worked like a donkey for the last 2, 3, 4 weeks, he can't really tell him off because it's his mistake. Due to his own underachievement, he couldn't get the job with the car and everything. But the other people on the other side,
they do know that he can't.
They planned it to fail. They planned it in such a way so that he failed. They knew from the beginning that they will be able to achieve at least 5, 6, 7, 8 out of this poor chap who's looking for a job. 5, 6, 8 clients out of him without having to pay him. And this sort of valueless method of achieving these companies' target, right? Okay, I condemn very much, and that leads me to,
we are different.
How we are different. We are different through and through. It's all because we don't ask you guys to go and approach your uncles and cousins and directly SMEs. We ask you to your nearest and dearest. We ask you to go and approach directly a strange accountant, an accountant that you've never seen. A stranger accountant sort of thing. And you learn our product A to Z, watch the videos, not just one, whole series of them. When you're able to express the thing to the accountant as well as or as well as we talk about, that's when an accountant would give you the red carpet treatment. He will say, it's about time I found some company who's genuinely bringing advantages for my clients. So really and truly, you guys are the key to this whole thing, and we believe in working with people long term. I was trying to say to JK earlier on that all the people that I've known them for 15, 18 years.
Everybody in your
everybody in my school that since I've known them since the age of 13. I'm still in touch with them. Most of my staff, we have frozen food company. We have other companies, frozen food company. I've got a few companies to do with garments. They're all long-term staff. Long-term meaning not just 5, 8 months. I'm talking about 8, 10 years. The only reason why people leave me or left my organization, it was to do with either they've hurt their back or they got married and they had to move away from the area. They're going to Australia or something. And other than that, there's a lot of comeback as well. They've had their little experience, marriage didn't go according to plan. As genuine case actually. Came back on the other side. Came back from Australia and tried another job and realized that I'm by far right, I was the best person. Asked me for the job back and I gave it back. You might be asking, why am I saying all this to you? That's just to restore confidence to you guys that it's just not, we're not just going to be a fly-by-night for a few days and use you and abuse you and use your contacts or anything. None of that. We are simply asking you to brace up, basically, prop yourself up with all the information, and when you approach the accountant, approach them with knowledge. And the amount of clients that are in the UK, I can clearly see, I mean, let me ask you this question. How many years do you expect to work if you were a BDM, comfortably earning £1,000, £1,500 a week? How many years do you think it's got shelf life left, our business, our merchant service business?
I got to go back to numbers here. I'm a figures man. There are 6.7 million SMEs out there in the market, and every year they'll be coming to crop, as I call it, because their term will be finishing. They are looking for new or better service providers. The merchant service industry is exactly like the mobile phones. When the mobile phones first came in about 15 years ago, they thought, how long is the shelf life? And it reinvented itself and is still one of the very, very highly charged up industry with so many new players coming in. That's exactly how it's going to be. If you look at the number of people out there and the number of people we are targeting, I think many people who are joining us, because of the kind of product we are looking at and the approach through the professionals, we are looking at people who had a good enough experience in not any particular field, but in life itself. We're talking about 35, 40-year-old salespeople. I think every one of these BDMs... Are
you trying to say that, anyone under 35, we can't take them on?
No, we can, but what we're looking at is, without bringing into ageism into it, we're looking at some kind of a profile which fits in well enough, but they'll be confidently be able to sit with the accountant and look them in the eye and tell them that they believe in the product. And what I'm saying is they're not wet behind the ears. And these guys will all, I certainly believe, once they have the taste of the business and taste of the success, they'll retire with us.
On that note, I'd like to add that once these are prospective BDM friends that are looking at us and watching us, they should be taking this into account. Remember, these clients, they need to sign up. So renewal time, you'll be getting them paid again.
Yeah.
So you can almost say to yourself, I agree with you. You guys can retire with us, because merchant service is relatively a new industry. Check and cash was in existence for almost 100 years throughout 20th century.
Yeah.
And we've just entered into 21st century. Am I correct to believe it's 21st century? I always get that mixed, 21st or 20th. 21st century, and cards been going on actively only for 6-7 years. Correct to believe that? Yeah.
They were invented in 1950.
Yeah.
But they have become popular, and everybody is available to make use of them, as you said, very correctly, 5-6 years.
5-6 years. Well, I can clearly see a good 20 years spin on this, 20-25 years, maybe more. What else can they do, really? So every time renewal, you guys are there. It's your client, you're the BDM, so you'll be contacting the SME through the accountant again, and it'll be your earnings again. So you're right, they can retire with us, basically.
Well, this is what we calculated. If you look at the figures, what we worked on is £30 per merchant when they get the merchant services. That actually makes the bridge between the GMS and the SME. Once that has been established, on 3 to 6 months, that relationship builds up. They're eligible to apply for the loan. We were calculating 1 in every 7 applications they will go through for the interest-free loan. Once they get the interest-free loan, that means if you look at the numbers size of it, if you have 25 clients in a week, you're going to have 3 clients maturing to take the interest-free credit, and each one of those clients will be giving you, on an average, they take 5 products of our ancillary product. They could take all 10. If they take all 10, it's £8.50. If they take 5, it's going to be £4.25 per week, that is. And you're expected to do 10 SMEs per week. This could be from any number of accountants you have. But there are also, on each accountant, you have to get 25 in 3 months. That's to complete that accountant. If you don't, then you lose the right to continue with that accountant. GMS, in whatever reasons, you're not able to achieve the basic minimum.
So from the day, say one of our BDM signs me up as an accountant, they have to get 25 clients out of me within 3 months of me signing up this pack. Yeah. So the day I sign this pack, within 3 months, they have to achieve 25 out of me. If they do, then 26, 27, any numbers that comes through me as an accountant, they can have their remuneration, their £30. And if they don't,
GMS will sort of take over. They will approach the accountant. They'll keep the right to approach the accountant direct. Because
so whatever they have achieved within the 3 months, they get paid.
They get paid.
They get
further,
paid.
they won't get paid.
Any further, GMS takes over.
Yes. In other words, that particular BDM is not able to provide the quality time and service to the accountant and his clients. That's what sort of we see it as, not as a failure, but you're too busy with other things. So we wanted to help you, but in a sense, our main target, ladies and gentlemen, is the SME. SME needs to be looked after.
You're also saying remind me to talk about that 10 they must do, which is nothing to do with what you call it. But before we come to that, if we can say that the reason why we will give you 3 months and no more is because there's only a limited number of accountants. And if you guys go out there and block all the accountants, say you sign one accountant up, and we have an expectancy that all our effort we need to get at least 25 out of an accountant, otherwise our effort's not working, or it's not come to fruition. So therefore, if you guys go out there and sign up an accountant and block all the accountants, so that we can't go and approach anybody. So in order to prevent that, you're on a kind of pedestal, so you're actually put to some sort of constraints that you have to either, when you sign up, you have to get that done within 3 months. Otherwise, it's no point blocking that accountant to be approached by another BDM. Am I correct, Melissa?
That's correct.
So would you like to explain a bit more about this? I know that they have to get 25 out of that accountant within 3 months, but you were saying something about this 10, they have to do mandatory 10.
Mandatory 10, whichever source you get them from, you got to have 10 on your name. The way we are looking
10
at
on their name on what basis?
On a weekly basis.
So they have to get 10 on a weekly basis. They have to provide to GMS 10 of these pack finished and provided to us by Friday, basically, in order to stay qualified as a BDM.
As a BDM.
Is that very rigid?
It's
that
very
they have
rigid.
to do it?
They have to do it.
If
there are exceptional circumstances where they fail to do it, as CEO, I will look into it. I will take it to the board level as well, if there are exceptions that we need to put in. The reason, simply, ladies and gentlemen, what we are looking for is you need to make minimum £300 to make a living on a weekly basis. If you do not do that, it's human nature that you would turn back and say, look, I work for that company, I didn't make anything. It's not the fault of the company, it's not the fault of the product, but it's for whatever reasons you didn't put in the effort that is needed. Hence, we set that a minimum target. And I'm a firm believer as a salesman, unless you have a target and a goal every morning, every day you get up, you won't try to achieve it. It's like, how long is a piece of string?
This you said they've got to earn a minimum of £300. We talk about your success in this and few other BDM success, especially Farouk and George and Ray, and of course Christina too. You're saying minimum 10, that gives them £30. I'll come to the other products that goes with it. which is the
Ancillary.
ancillary product, not the electricity gas. I'm talking about the American few products. So that can add another £30 on top, or £50 on top. So they can earn £600 with the same 10.
Same 10.
That's when the other product gets added. Remember, we're here to actually make money, so we would like to add other products. That's our whole reason why we're spending all the money to actually get the accountant on board. But before I come to, before I elaborate on this point, from your assumption, an ordinary person with 9 to 5 job, 5 days a week, even say 4 days a week, how many of that, if they follow our procedure correctly, how many of these should they be able to do through the accountant on a weekly basis?
On a weekly basis, we have worked out, and there are success rates out there, people who are already doing it. They can quite comfortably do 30.
How many were you doing in your
at that time, we didn't have this corporate material. We didn't have the industry promoted so heavily.
You didn't have the
KPMG testimonial. As I said, there are 2 doors BDM needs to open. Door 1 is the accountant's door. Door 2 is the SME store. And we, in my days, we were making the call, making the appointment with the accountant. Accountant was taking quite a bit of time to be convincing. And then
we were relatively new as well, so that they were very doubtful on the product. Who are we? And
on top of that, we were having 2-3 visits to the accountant in those days.
And now that let me tell you guys, I'm sure you can elaborate on that. Every boxer in the days when Mike Tyson was there, every boxer's dream was to just go in the ring with Mike Tyson once. If you're Christian, you'd like to go to the Vatican City once at least. Am I correct?
True.
If you're a Muslim, your ultimate goal is to just visit Mecca once. Whereas if you're an accountant, your dream and aspiration is to have association with KPMG once at least. Am I correct to believe that?
Very much.
And now we have an association with KPMG and their endorsement here on our product. This makes you guys' life, would you say, at least 30 to 50% easier than when you were there?
And it's 200% easier.
My God, that's
200%.
That's how you value KPMG.
Yeah. Not only that, the way the things were happening. See, I only talk with figures and facts. The current BDMs, their life is so easy to get the 50% of the job done, which is getting the accountant. They are getting a hit on every time, even the first visit itself. Now, as I said, your job is so easy on the accountant door opening. The number 2, the door that you need to open is the SME. That you're able to do with the golden nugget, interest-free credit. Every business out there. Yesterday, in fact, I saw a businessman, and he said, "Oh, I got enough loans. I don't want another loan." He didn't realize, he didn't think. I straight away said, "That's the reason why I'm giving you a loan." And he said, "What do you mean? Currently on your loan you're paying 17.9% interest. Put that to the bottom line of your profit. When you actually got that 17.9% on your 25,000 loan is written out." Then his eyes suddenly lit up. Oh, the whole place was bright for him. He straight away put his head down. Where do I sign? Where do I sign? This is what it is. Either you're struggling to get the loan, or you're struggling to make the repayments on your loan because of the interest. When you have an interest-free loan, you can see how much bottom line profit you'll be making. So these 2 products makes your life so easy. 30 is not at all a figure that anybody would suspect doing.
And it's not, see, when you look at it on an individual basis, £30, it's £30 per piece. But if you look at it on if you look at it from the point of view that when you walk into an accountant, you should be able to, £30 on an individual basis is nothing. But when you collectively look at it, by the end of the week, most of our guys are earning, minimum 900 to 1,000, but some of them are earning £2,500. But remember, guys, this thing, the American thing kicks in, this thing will double, subject to condition, of course, small nitty-gritty condition, but we expect your weekly number for you to bring in, a mandatory amount that you'd have to bring in signed up SME, will still be probably 10, well, likely to be 10, but with that 10, now you'll be getting £30 per piece, but it may double, it may even triple. So wait and watch the space, guys. Now, before I don't want to move on too much. Before I move away from this point, on that contract, on their business development manager contract, yeah, there is one more point where that they need to know that when they can retire, basically, and a point where there comes to a point where they reach the state of euphoria.
After long discussions with the BDMs themselves, and taking into consideration if the BDM not retire in the sense with the British retirement age of 65, or if it is down to Mr. Cameron, it will be 75. They want us to work till we drop. But what we are talking about retirement is when he can comfortably say, I'm getting regular income. When you achieve your 1,000 clients, your continuous income, whether you're within the company or outside the company, would be coming in.
So you can go to the Bahamas, Caribbean.
You can take a calculator and
you can
work
put your
out.
feet up.
Yeah, exactly.
And just like...
And your hard work will be earning money for you.
So are you saying that now that, I'll give you an example, I love this man, Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson has passed away, his kids are still enjoying the royalty, basically.
Exactly.
So you guys would be in a similar situation where you reach a certain amount, certain number, I think it's 1,000.
1,000.
None of the guys have reached it yet.
No.
Okay, so that's why I'm not polished with this point yet. But we're relatively new company, so there will be. I mean, some of the guys are saying no, they would like to go on. But when you guys get 1,000 merchant, you can put your feet up. You can be at the Bahamas, Australia.
You can still continue. Nobody is stopping you to continue working.
Your remuneration will come from your ancillary product, the 85 pence. Every time your what do you call it? Every time somebody has taken your merchant service, your one-off payment. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about every time somebody's taken our merchant services, 3-4 months later, when they qualify for their interest-free loan, our ratio says every 5, 6, or every 10, they will get there'll be an interest-free loan.
7 out of 1 is what.
7 out of 1 is what's happening now. So that's what the ratio says. So every 7th merchant service that goes through, 1 loan should go through, and every one
loan will give them £663
a year. 1 loan.
Yeah, 3 years.
3 years. So 1 loan you guys put through. What will happen is, well, you guys want me to do anything. Loan, moment the merchant service has gone through, loan gets taken over by our underwriting team, which is back office thing, and you'll still get your because it happened through you. You'll still get 85 pence per product, just like the accountant. On average, the SME is likely to, well, should be able to provide at least 5 products that they can take. We intend to provide all 10. If we can put even on average the 5 product, that means 5 lot of 85 pence on a weekly basis you guys are going to get. And 5 lot of 85 pence makes it how much a week?
£4.25 a week.
Okay, roughly, let's just give it a pound here and there. And £4 something times by 52 weeks.
£221.
That's good, £221. So guys, let's talk about yearly. So £221 you're going to get on top, on the side. Now, at the time when you have reached your 1,000th merchant, you can put your feet up, and whatever number of loan has gone through, you'll get 200 or shall we say £4 something on a weekly basis as your royalty.
On the loan, I see them earning a minimum of £20,000 a year.
There you are.
On the loan,
I know it's unrealistic, but listen, guys,
it's
we
only
make
100 loans. See?
We make money, so you guys make money. I mean, unless we make the money, you can't make money. So loan and all that, we make the money. I mean, I was trying to say earlier on that I'm not sure whether we covered so far, interest-free loan. We've covered
yes,
that.
We have.
Interest-free loan is automatically, where it's a winner for GMS, because we make more money by giving interest-free loan. As a result, we make money. I've explained that earlier on. As we make money, you guys make money. So it's in our interest to provide the loan. And once you guys have reached your 1,000th client as the with the merchant service, you should be able to then put your feet up, because I think what's 1,000 in 7 in 1,000? Every 7 there'll be 1. So
Yeah.
so the 70, that'll be 70 loan, is it?
Yeah, well, 1 in every 7 customers is getting.
So 1,000. Sorry, I'm just going to do some calculation for you guys. 1,000.
How
divided by-
many loans when they achieve
Yeah.
to the towers?
They should have had one. You guys should have had 142 loans gone through. 142 times by 200. I got 28,000 extra.
Yeah, that's what I said.
That's
This
about-
is like-
So that means on the side, you guys, whether you carry on working or not, you guys will continue to earn around about £28,000 extra. And that you can earn whether you're working for the company or whether you've gone to work for a competitor of ours. No, I think competitor is something we disallow, isn't it? No, competitor, you'll have to go to another industry, I think. We haven't gone too rigid on that because...
Because it's your hard earnings and it's your money. But once you join us, I don't think you will even look at the competition. And that's the BDM, that's the amount of money you guys can earn. And I'm pleased I'm working for a company where everybody is sharing the equal workload and everybody is equally earning good amount of money. I said in the previous chat I was talking, I used to work for a company where under me there were 122 stores. I'll just make it very quick and brief. And there was one guy in our flagship store who earned £57,000 on 1 year as commission only. And that is sort of extraordinary. On an average, they used to earn about 12,000, 10,000 to 12,000. But every new recruit, we used to say, you can earn up to 57 if you join us. Nobody ever touched that figure. We're not talking about highest limit, we're talking about bare minimum, basic that you can earn. And when you really put your heart and mind to it, sky is the limit. I would now take you to the next guy. These guys are not very popular.
You need to tell these guys also that I think before we take them to the very point that you want to talk about, that you guys actually have the possibility of having multiple earnings, not only from what I've discussed, also on your contract, on a BDM contract, there'll be when you guys will be reaching your 350th client, you can apply to GMS to become the senior business development manager.
These guys.
And
then what you would do is you'll have your own team of people under you, and again the GMS ethos is that everybody shares the pot of gold equally. The senior business development manager would have a team of 20 business development managers working. At the same token, he can go out and do the selling, and he doesn't need to hang his gloves.
So he can, so they can become. Assume that one of these gentlemen have achieved, by signing up as a BDM, they have reached their 350th client. They would like to apply to be a senior business development manager.
Yeah, we'll look at the merits and we'll definitely promote them. One of the factors that they need to remember is they need to be able to provide us 50 clients through their BDMs.
So they have to bring mandatory 50 clients per week. Whether it's via directly them approaching an accountant, or underneath them they have 20 guys, 30 guys, one guy working. So whatever their guys bringing in, they get it falls part of their numbers.
Yes.
What do they get? Say one of these guys.
You know, as a BDM, how much you would earn. Say after becoming a senior BDM, you go out to an accountant and sign up an accountant and work with the accountant, you still get your £30. None of that will change. Your job role would not, your remuneration won't change. But by becoming a senior BDM, what you're doing is you're passing on your skills to the BDMs.
You're managing another crowd.
A team of people. Those people who are earning the £30 per client are also earning you £5 per client. If I look at my equation, I said they need to do minimum 10, but they can do up to 30. if we go for 30 clients, and if you have 20 BDMs, and each BDM giving you 30 clients will give you 600 clients. On 600 clients, you would be achieving times 5. You can imagine what you're earning per week. That's your top of earning. This is the cream. And on top of that, you also get continuous income. Remember, you've done your BDM job, you're earning the BDM commission, and you've gone to the higher level. And you will also be getting 12.5 pence on the ancillary products. So if you have 5 ancillary products, you're getting £62.50, 62.5 pence on that one. So this is where your sort of earnings will be continuously increased, and it's all with the numbers. You go up to the senior BDM level, and you make sure you start at the BDM level. You're making sure you're contacting the accountants and having a stream of accountants in front of you to approach one after the other. Once you become a senior BDM, you'll have a stream of BDMs working for you. And one thing I want to firmly say and believe, you have to lead this project from the front. If you want to manage them from the back, you won't be a success. You got to lead by example. You got to go out there, get your numbers, get your figures, show to your guys. If any guy, obviously if you have 20 people here, there will be a disparity of performance. There will be one guy bringing you 30 clients per week, one guy bringing you 10 bare minimum. You find out what that is, because we don't want to deprive our SCMs of this wonderful product.
SEMS?
SMEs.
SME, sorry.
SMEs. What I'm saying is, the SME is out there, and is in the dark for so many long years. The privileges are being enjoyed by the high and mighty, bigger chains and all that. The mama and papa shops, as Ash is talking about, they were struggling, not being able to get the appointment with their bank manager or do anything with. We want to bring down the real core facilities that the bigger guys enjoys to you through our accountant channel, through our American sources that we have, through us, through the interest-free channel. All these are aimed at providing the SME the top-notch, the wonderful golden nugget product. That will only go to them when you work your socks off. So if you are coming to us, if you're already there working for us, think about, you do not want to deprive them, not only making money for yourself, but there are people out there who needs this product, and you've got to take it to them.
Are you, just before you go, and the time is a bit of a difficult for us, but are you also saying that when they become senior business development manager, they can have anybody from 1 to as many they can manage, but whatever they can manage or not, that's not how GMS would look at. GMS would be more interested
on the numbers.
That when they become a senior business development manager, as a senior business development manager, they'll have double earning, but they'll also have a bit of constraint where they have a responsibility to bring in 50 clients under them. Are you saying on our the senior, when they become a senior business development manager, they can also approach clients, the accountants themselves, and when they approach accountants themselves, they will still get their £30?
Yes.
And whilst they're a senior business development manager, they have few guys working under them. How much do they get from the core product, the GMS product?
£5 on the core product.
So they get £5
on the merchant service.
So they have they get 15 clients directly for themselves. So it's 15 times 30 is how much?
450.
And then they have to get another
35
clients through their whoever channel.
Yeah.
So they get another 35 times 5.
That's their top of that gives you 165.
So that's it. So you will earn that. One thing you also need to just quickly touch up on is, and that is, you know, whilst they're a BDM, before they can apply to become a senior BDM, they have one or two friends who would like to become a BDM. Do they get anything if they introduce?
Every time you introduce another person to become a BDM,
we'll of course qualify them
yeah,
to see if they'll qualify.
Unlike the other companies, the GMS is not going to take back any money.
No money at all we take.
But that money will be paid to the person who is recommending the person.
So the money will go all back to them?
All back to them.
So if one of these gentlemen becomes a BDM of ours, and then he, before he hasn't become a senior BDM, but throughout this, that period before they've achieved their senior BDM position, they would like to bring in one of their very good friend who's got the ability to become a BDM. We tell their friends saying, look, go out there, get us 2 SME, not an accountant, 2 SME direct, one of whoever you can get hold of, just to see if they have the ability.
Because
so are you saying that once we get that money, once we get those 2 clients, that £105, because they actually bypass the accountant,
yeah,
the £75 and the £30, that makes you £105. That will all go to
the person who is introducing them.
So that the entire money will go to the BDM who hasn't become the senior.
Yeah.
Why would they not get the £25 that the SME, the SP was getting?
The £25 was exclusive for SP, allowing the BDM to go and work in his office on a seconded basis, calling the SP's clients on behalf of the accountant, because that's where your leverage is.
So I'm saying that, you know, normally if one of the BDM was to directly approach bypassing the accountant gets £100 and they get £30, they should get £130. Why is it £105?
The breakdown is £30 for the BDM, £75 for the accountant. The other £25 has been given after long discussions with the board and finance director. What has come up is the accountants were allowing our BDMs to call their clients, but the client was not responding. He was treating us like a cold caller. When we actually use the accountant's blessing and tell them that we are calling from the accountant's office, then the response is much, much higher.
Yeah.
So for that privilege, I call that privilege, for our BDMs, we are actually giving the accountant extra 25. So when you go direct, you're not using that privilege, you're not using the accountant channel, so you don't expect to get that £25. So it's going to be £105.
I see.
So the recommended person, introducer, will get £105 for the first 2, and then this guy becomes a BDM. Again, the reason why we actually asked them to go out there and get these 2 clients, just to make it very quickly, this is a relatively new product. Everybody uses a card, everybody knows that the retailer has got card machine, but they don't understand the intricacies of the card machine, the amount of savings that the merchant can earn out of it. So for that, they go in, they explain, they take it, and then we put them through the training, then we put them to our seminar, and then the elite of the teams on a monthly basis will go to Dorchester for another privileged seminar.
So I suppose in a nutshell, we're just going to have to bring it to an end, because otherwise we've got so much to say. We both speak with conviction. Where can we end? Would you like to say a few last words before we shake hands and just...
Ladies and gentlemen, I'll tell you one thing. In this day and age, you cannot go out and sell anything to anybody unless you believe in it. Previously, there used to be days a salesman can tell the fibs and sell it. And nowadays, people get caught out, people fail, they don't understand why they fail, because they're selling. It doesn't matter how wonderful product is, if you don't believe in it, don't try it. When you come to us, check us out, talk about the product. Anytime,
absolutely,
our CEO's door is open, his phone number is available. Me, I literally live here. So anytime you guys have any question, first clarify that. Get it clear in your head. This is a product that needs to go to the SMEs, and you are the channel. And the accountant is the doorway. If you believe that, you will be literally enjoying your retirement in Bahamas. Thank you.
Good. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hi. This is the final part of first collection of our videos. In this, I can tell you, session 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. In 1, we discussed about the recruitment, the difference between the good guys and the bad guys. That's the other ISOs and ourselves. In our second session, we spoke about how we value your contribution, your feedback. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to give your feedback whenever, however you feel like, either by emails or by telephone, whatever means you choose to. We will very much welcome your feedback for us to grow better and bigger, to be supportive to you. On our third session, we spoke about our various products, especially our interest-free credit and the way it works, and how one of our BDM actually grew in the company from BDM to senior BDM. In our session 4, our CEO has kindly taken time to come and discuss about the remuneration at all levels, how he would like everybody to enjoy the benefits and the growth in the business, starting from our end users, small and medium-sized enterprises, businesses, and then our accountant friends, how important they are for us, what we would like for them to sort of be part of us and become our strategic partners. And then for me, these guys are the most important guys. These are our foot soldiers. These are our BDMs. How the BDM remuneration package is there, how much they could earn from minimum to maximum. And then their leaders are senior business development managers. And every one of you, you have a chance to become a senior BDM in our company. And hope you have enjoyed. There are going to be a lot more videos we're going to sort of give to you. And the next session of the videos we're going to put in are about paperwork, how to fill in the paperwork, what you need to do, what you need to look out for. Gentlemen, ladies, what I would like to say is the essence of your success is how meticulous you are in completing your paperwork. That's what we're going to show you in our next sessions. I'll welcome you to our next session when I come back onto the screen. Thank you.